financially troubled, he wouldn't go on vacation and then talk about how broke he was. He wouldn't, say, oh, I'm going to sue Technicals and he's the worst thing that's ever happened in the Melee community, and not sue him. Like, he wouldn't do all this shit. It just feels like he lies a lot. And I don't feel sorry for him because, like, it's just proven lies. And I watched the whole, like, clip of him talking about his retirement or whatever. And I do feel bad for the fact that, he's the best player. He's not sponsored. I do feel for that. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I feel for that. But at the same time, he has this idea of Melee when I was playing Melee, So, you can tell me. You go ahead. But I was going to say this. So I'm going to finish my train of thought. So, you can't compare 2025 Melee to 2015 to 2018 Melee. You know what I'm saying? Like, he said that he gets more hate than Hungrybox. If that's true, which I don't think it is, I think it's warranted based off of his actions for the last few years. Yeah, I mean, if he gets hate, I'm sure he does get a lot of hate. And I'll be honest, he's easily hateable. But there's a reason for his hate. Whereas HBox, there was no reason for his hate other than the fact that he was good. And people hated his pop-offs. And, at a certain point, he needs to take accountability for his, like his actions, like his whole defense of the whole hack situation, the fact that he I'll be honest, I don't pay attention to Melee that much, but I do watch Technicals video and stuff, and it's not like Technicals makes up lies. He just puts out a clip that Cody said, and then puts it out 20 times over. And I don't think Cody really understands the severity of what he's done. He doesn't take accountability. He doesn't understand why he's not sponsored. He doesn't understand why no one wants him to watch him win. And I'll be honest, I feel like I was in his position in a certain way where not a lot of people... the online community rooted for me, but SoCal didn't root for me because I was number one in SoCal. I feel like I was an H-box type of shit. The only time people rooted for me is when I beat Leffen, or when, everyone expected me to beat all the Foxes. Everyone expected me to be, top 5, and then when I wasn't, people were I've washed balls. And it's bro, being top 5 is fucking hard as shit, dude. And people say Melee's harder now than it was back then. I somehow disagree because that's assuming all the best players wouldn't have adapted. And the problem with that is we have evidence to support that the top players would have adapted. A.K. Mango, A.K. Hungrybox, And granted, yeah, Zane and IBDW are really good, but they didn't prevent Mango from winning. You know what I'm saying? They didn't prevent HBox from winning. So, I don't know. There's just a lot of delusional takes. And I get where they're coming from. I do think that the skill ceiling of the Melee community is way higher. But at the end of the day, the top players were top players for a reason. They would have adapted probably even better, in my opinion. Because the new tech would have made them abuse it even more. Imagine Mewtwo King abusing, Power Shield 4 tilts. Or, and then on top of that, abusing what he already knows. It's like imagine a fucking Sheik player going to the ledge every fucking second of every fucking day. And then once he gets onto the fucking, gets onto the stage, he just Power Shield 4 tilts every fucking thing. Of course it's going to be fucking broken. I know Mutaking could fucking do it. He doesn't do it because, one, like, there's no more money. Let's be honest. I think the biggest problem is there's no more money in Melee. The only reason Mango and HBox were, like, still relevant is because of the streams. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and Mutaking's edge canceling and fucking power shield forward tilts would be straight demonic. You know they would be demonic. And he did that in his own little way. Like, he did that in an easier way. Imagine if he perfected some certain techniques where he just fucking just did the same shit over and over to you, and you couldn't do anything, and even if you could, he's still gonna hit you with it one way or another, and then you're fucking dead. You know? I just don't believe... Like... Yeah, the skill ceiling is higher, and I'll always agree with that. I'll never not agree with that. But it's like, if I prepared for a tournament and went to a tournament, I think I'd get top 3. And I think it'd be easier to get top 3 than it was back in the day. Because I didn't have a lot of these people inventing stuff on their own and keeping it to themselves. So the lack of knowledge was knowledge for certain people. And they abuse the shit out of that. Now it's all who could do the most knowledgeable thing the right, most frame perfect way. And it's like, yeah, that's harder, but is it more practical and more like crazy than someone knowing something that you don't? Like, let's say if me and you played and you didn't know something and I did. Like, let's say I knew shield dropping and you didn't. And that was literally the biggest example I can give. I knew shield dropping and you didn't. That was probably the biggest reason I was one of the best players in the world. I just knew shield dropping better than everyone else, you know? And even top 5 players, I was the best shield dropper in the world, you know? And I perfected it. But now everyone's perfected it, you know? So it's like, that information that I kind of, like, even though I didn't keep it to myself, to perfect it was, like, you had to have studied it, understood it completely, and then perfected it. And people were on their own journey of, like, oh, I knew this, I'm going to perfect this, and I'm going to practice this. Whereas now it's like, oh, everyone knows everything, and I'm going to perfect everything, and whoever does whatever best, and whoever reacts better. It's like another example would be like Wizzy tech chasing. Everyone knows how to fucking tech chase now. Like, Wizzy's not top 10 because he just tech chases. He's actually top 10 because he understands the spacing, and he understands aerials, and he understands everything. And then once he gets a hit, he'll fuck you up. You think you could enter a major right now and get top 3? Yeah. Absolutely. I think, I could beat probably... You know what's funny? I actually think I could beat pretty much everyone except for Zane. I think I could beat Cody. I think I could beat HBox. But that's like, it's like, no one will ever believe me, but it's okay. Like, I don't care. But if I really, like, took a tournament seriously and I, like, triple mained, like I was planning on to, like, a few years ago, it would be disgusting. Wizzy has the best SDI? Absolutely. I do think that's true. I think he has... Does he have the best tech chases anymore? I don't think he has the best tech chases anymore. I think it's all... You know... I think Jamu could be up there with in terms of tech chasing. I think, you know, Cody's tech chasing would be up there with Wizzy's. So I don't know. But the problem with all of that is that you have me who just plays like just for fun. But if I took it seriously, by tech chase. Like, think about this. I swear to God, when I get back to LA, I'm gonna go back to LA. I'm gonna go back, beat fucking Fiction at every fucking tournament. I'm gonna literally do it. I know I can. I just never try because like I literally. It's excuses, but they're like I work all day. You know, like I don't really care to win, but now. Like, I have, like, a side income. Like, I don't do construction all the time. And if I were to go back to it, like, right now, like, I have a lot of free time. And when I have a lot of free time, I realize, like, really quickly that I get really good really fast. So I would go back to LA, like, right fucking now. And I would go and beat Fiction. I don't even think it's, like... Think about this. I would work 10 hours a day. Construction. And then I would be like, game 5, last talk, last hit with them, and I'd lose. And everyone's like, oh, you're washed, blah, blah. It's like, dude, give me like a couple hours just to like prepare for that tournament. Oh my God, it'd be so different. Give me a fucking fob. This is the first time I've had a fob. This is the first time I had a high level controller ever in the last 5 years. You know? So, that's my actual personal take on it. And I know a lot of people are, you know, biased towards their personal skill levels. But I don't think I am anymore. I genuinely think I understand it. And I'm really realistic. I think I could beat Cody. So... I mean, I don't think that's the thing. For me to say I could beat everyone but Zane means I'm like being super honest, in my opinion. I don't think I could beat good Marts. I mean, I could beat the better Marts, but can I beat the best Mart? I don't think so. I don't think H-Box would be that hard. I don't think H-Box would be that hard, to be honest. I think he's good. I think he's clutch. But if I had the right mindset and the right... Yeah, I would play Fox. I would definitely not play Falco. 100%. But that's the thing. My Fox, compared to like 6-7 years ago, it's not the same. Like, I don't run into people... playing a character. I run into people counterpicking them, you know? And the funny thing is, I'd probably go, like, if my Falco couldn't beat Amsa, I have a fucking trick up my sleeve, and that's DK versus Yoshi. Yeah, and it's actually disgusting. If Noah were here, he would fucking vouch for it. It's a disgustingly bad matchup for Yoshi. Like, terribly bad. I think one of the worst matchups at high level, in terms of a lower tier beating a higher tier, would be DK versus Yoshi. I would love to do it. I would love to go to tournaments again, and I would love to do all that shit, but it's been like half a decade. I don't want to deal with all the drama that goes along with trying to just go to a tournament. If I were to go to a tournament, it would be me getting invited. And that's what happened at Apex 2022. It happened at what's that SoCal regional called? Like, I'm not gonna enter a tournament if I don't know or not. I'm gonna beg to just play a fucking video game. Like, I'm too old for that shit now. So that's the saddest part. Like, you can't convince me, like, even if I'm like playing the best I've ever played, you can't convince me to like beg to like go to a tournament. That's what a lot of people say, but I tried to go to tournaments a couple years ago and it wasn't allowed. So I gave up. The reason why I stopped playing Melee for real, is because I didn't know if I was allowed at certain tournaments or not, and I stopped trying to ask. I was tired of it. And my brother said he like, oh, like all you have to do is apologize, say you're sorry, and I'm like, for what? He goes, I don't know, but just apologize generally. I'm like, that's the problem I have. Like, you don't know where I'm coming from. Like, it makes me look guilty. It makes like people think poorly of me. It makes like, and you know, like it is what it is. But and on top of that, like that's the problem. Like, I should have responded when it first happened, and I should have made like a big deal out of it, but I didn't, because I didn't think anyone would believe me. I just thought everyone hated me because so many people were talking shit about me that I just thought, you know, the whole community was gonna hate me regardless. So I just gave up, to be honest. That was like my position. I literally gave up Melee because I thought people would hate me. And now it's different. Like, I have people coming in and saying like it was a bunch of bullshit, but like it's already too late now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm already kind of banned, and you know, I'm already over it. So am I gonna apologize for random bullshit? Like, no, I'm not. You know, so I mean, I wouldn't say it's the crossfire. I just think, you know, I mean, I guess technically you'd call it the crossfire, but for me personally, it was people that hated me personally and used that as a way to, you know, shit talk me. And then once one thing came out, like everyone said some bad experience they had with me. But the funny thing is that a lot of these people that have bad experiences with me, I remember I had bad experiences with them. But since I didn't have the reputation to like clap back, I just thought my word was just gonna get drowned out, to be honest. So, and that's that. I mean, it is what it is. It's life. Life's tough. But I will say this. That actually turned me into a really, really solid human being. I think I don't really care about what people think anymore. I don't really give a fuck how people view me. I don't. And on top of that, I started going to the gym to like help me mentally. You know what I'm saying? Like going to the gym is what like got me mentally right, and it gave me a lot of time to reflect on everything. And I was like, wow, like, I guess I was a dick, but I felt like I was being like treated like shit, but I just responded to someone because they were treating me like shit, and they used that against me. And so that was like the biggest learning lesson I learned. It was the fact that if someone treats me wrong, I'm not going to treat them wrong. I'm just going to forget it and like move on, you know? I think that was like a thing that I learned, and I'm going to probably carry it for the rest of my life, to be honest. It was actually a good thing. And on top of that, I went from 120 pounds to 170, bitch. So, I mean, it is what it is. I took it as a good thing. But I'll never apologize for something I never did. I'll end it on that. Like, people keep telling me, oh, Genesis told you why you were banned. No, they didn't. I actually have the email that they sent me, and I could probably post it and make it public, but I really don't give a fuck anymore. I don't want to make more enemies. I don't want to do anything. I just want to stream and just live my life. But I will say I can confirm that it's a lie. And fuck it. I could do a fucking sub goal to release those emails, you know? Like, fuck it. At this point, I don't even give a fuck. Because all these people come into my chat asking, like, oh, Genesis told you why you were banned. And I'm like, no, they didn't. They told me to apologize to someone anonymous. But, like, I'm not releasing that shit. Because, like, that would be confirmed perma-ban forever. So I'd have to, I'd have to get, like, I can't just let it rip just for that reason. I mean, I could, but that just means I would never go to a tournament ever again. I hope in the future one day, you know, I can go to tournaments again. So I'm not trying to burn any bridges or, light a bridge that's already on fire more. If you did care, you could get unbanned. Seems like the sentiment has shifted on lifetime bans. That's the thing. I don't care enough to, like, deal with all the drama. I don't want people shit talking me. I don't want to check Twitter. People shit talking me, like, saying I'm this, I'm that when they don't know me. Like, I think you don't know where I'm coming from. When I had thousands of people who looked up to me, switching up on me based off of he said, she said. And I think the best way to describe it is I lost everything I worked for since I was 16. I lost everything I worked for since I was 16. I felt like a piece of shit because of what people were saying about me. And I don't want to experience it ever again. Like, I genuinely was... I'll be honest, I was, like, somewhat suicidal. Like, it's hard to talk about, but, like, I was really sad. I lost my girlfriend at the time. I lost my career. I pretty much lost everything I could possibly lose. And for me to try to go back to that, to prove a point, and deal with that shit all over again, it's, to be honest, I think it's like a little bit of trauma for me. Because it's hard to think that, I have these opinions now and I can say it confidently. But will I make a twit longer or and check Twitter and all the replies and see how people think? Like, dude, I can't do that again. That shit fucked me up mentally. And there's a reason I only fuck with my family and my few close friends. I never want to experience what I experienced ever again. And to go back to it would be reliving, to be honest, my trauma. Because I don't think, if I deserved it, I don't think it would be trauma. It would just be oh, I fucked up, and I'm just streaming for, money or something. But I don't do that, right? Or I still play for, people to look up to me. I don't do that. I play because I like Melee. I play and I stream because I like streaming. And I do all this shit because these are things I liked about the things I used to do. I don't want to relive, having to deal with people who don't know me, and tell me who I am as a person. I think that's the biggest thing that fucked me up is that, and the worst part is that a lot of people that I was really good friends with turned their backs on me. I think that was the biggest. That was the biggest blow to me. Having tons of people I was really close with, just watching it all happen, not saying a fucking word. And, they say this. You only know your true friends when bad things happen. Yeah, I think that would be the best way to describe it. It's going back to something that really fucked you up mentally, and I'll be honest, it did fuck me up for years. I became an alcoholic. I stopped working. I pretty much became a bum. And it was the worst feeling in the world. Got broken up with, stopped working, started drinking, gained weight, I pitied myself, And the best thing that happened to me out of that was hitting rock bottom to the point where the only way to go was up. And technically, I'd say it probably fuels me a little bit still to this day. I would say that. I do think I became who I am because of it. But I'll never, like if someone wanted me to go to the tournament and they paid for it, I'd go. But I don't think I'll ever go to a tournament out of my own pocket. Unless I'm invited to a tournament, I'm not asking if I'm allowed to go. The funny thing is that I'm still allowed to go to SoCal tournaments because I know those TOs. But that's about it. And right now I don't live there. So until I move back, you only see me at locals, if that. And I go like once every month or two. So these players don't know the transformation stages. Oh, I know those stages. It's funny is I kind of lost my my muscle memory with these stages. I will say that I've lost it, but I'll get it back really quick. But yeah, no. That shit made me sad for a while, dude. That shit made me really sad. I think I could only name like one top player that had my during that whole shit, and that was none. And he's like, dude, everything's gonna be fine, like you'll be okay, like blah blah blah. And he still fucked with me after all that shit. Everyone else, I really can't say I'm not friends with anyone anymore. And I don't think I'd ever go back to it. Like, they turned a cold shoulder on me. And I mean, I get where they're coming from, but I guess technically it is what it is. You know? So like, I don't miss being friends with any of the Melee players. Like, I don't... Like, I'm already so over it. Like, I do what I want. I own my own business and work construction, work out, and when I have free time, I play Melee. Because I still fucking love the game, man. Like, I genuinely love Melee. And I remember thinking 12 years ago when we first got into EVO, this will change everything. And damn was I right. Damn was I right. Like, looking back on like 2012, 2013, I was like, damn. Once we get into the biggest tournament, everything will change. Instaban, I wonder how many people waited in line to meet Ludwig. I couldn't imagine. Oh, look, it's Ludwig, a fucking throw their friend under the bus person. Oh, the reason why the GOAT of Melee is banned. Oh, let's up those numbers when 0.32 is literally on the cusp of death. That's what I think a lot of people fail to remember or fail to realize, is that Ludwig literally said, after he had Mango blow a 0.32, say up those numbers. Look up what 0.32 alcohol, like BAC level is. That's borderline you're gonna die type shit. And to absolve him from any blame, you just can't. It's like, okay, imagine you had a best friend. You go out with your best friend, you see the drunk as shit. Drunk as dog shit, right? And let's say they get denied at the bar, right, for being so drunk. And then your best friend said, yo, I got denied at the bar. Can you buy me another one? And you looked at them in the face. And it's like you could just feel it in the air and you could also just see it, right? Would you buy your best friend, knowing that they're drunk as fuck, as absolute fuck, another drink? I can guarantee you pretty much everyone in here can agree we would cut them off just like the bartender did. You know, like if they're speaking drunk as fuck, humping shit, fucking acting a fool, you gonna give them another fucking beer? Yeah, like that's the thing. Like like actions when you're drunk. Like sure, his BAC levels were way higher than normal for like a drunk person, but it just doesn't make any sense. You can't just and then saying, "Oh, he's a grown man, he could do what he wants," like. But he's banned from my events. I don't speak for the Melee community, even though you fucking do. You went to fucking Supernova, try to have a fucking meet and greet. You're the only reason you're famous is because of the Melee community. You know, everything you do is Melee based. You fucking do Melee boxing events. You know, talk about Melee 20-30% of the time. Any fucking time you stream. Every time you mention your dad, it's about him passing away to alcoholism. It's like, where the fuck? Bro lost his way, bro. Straight up. Bro lost his way. And you know what's funny? I talked to him about Mango's girlfriend before she accused me of trying to grope her in like 2020. And we both agreed that she's crazy. 2020 rolls around. She accused me of groping her. And you know who the first person to backstab me as someone who I thought was a friend was Ludwig. He literally said, "Oh, I'm so sorry that happened to you, Lauren. I can't believe Wes would do that. What a piece of shit." 50K likes. Alright. That's actually one of the big reasons I gave up responding. Is because one of like the biggest streamers at the time kind of just shit on me, you know. And it's crazy to think about. We shit talked the person together about how crazy she was, about everything she's ever done, but then once he could gain some likes, he threw me under the bus. And that was 5 years ago. Fast forward to now, doesn't fucking surprise me. Fuck, like Ludwig could go fuck himself, dude. If you think your viewers are your personality, if you think your moral compass is about how you respond to people online, you'll find out. You'll find out one day or another. And it is what it is. You're using your position. It's all good. You had some great ideas to get popular online. Good for you, man. But at the end of the day, you're going to regret it. No matter what, you're going to regret it. There's no way, and I could tell everyone in my chat for a fact, there's no way Ludwig could sleep at night thinking he did what was right. He knows he's a smart guy. There's no way he could sleep at night thinking, yeah, I did what's right. He did what's for the money. You know. And that's that. And guess what? It actually made me the person I am today. Fuck it. I'd say that was one of the biggest reasons why I'm the person I am today. I'd say, you probably, if that didn't happen, I probably wouldn't be who I am today. At a point, I should be thanking him. At a point, I should be thanking him.